What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. We have a Walther video for you again. Another accuracy and reliability video. Should be another fun one / interesting one. This one is with Federal Punch. 22 Magnum Federal Punch. It's a little bit different than the 22 long rifle. The 22 long rifle has a solid projectile. This one has a hollow point with a few little skives in it, I think, to help it expand. But we want to see if it goes through this Walther WMP because we've had a few problems with it lately with reliability. I really like the gun. I think it's pretty cool. It's really super accurate with the CV Life optic that we have on it. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's a pretty good red dot for this thing so far. However, the reliability has possibly been thrown off by using a red dot. We'll talk about that later, but I want to use this Federal Punch specifically because this came with a rebate with this firearm. That was part of the deal, part of the reason I kind of definitely bit the bullet and purchased this one, because it came with 100 free rounds of ammunition, and who can pass that up, especially for a defensive style ammunition. I think that Walther definitely sends this out as a defensive style gun, and with an optic on it, you know, get pretty accurate with it. People are comfortable with that. It's a semi-automatic. It's 15 rounds plus one, so it does have capacity. Now they send this ammo out with it as a rebate thing. It's a defensive ammo, so people are going to automatically probably play around with it a little bit, make sure it goes through their gun, but then go ahead and load it up. They're giving you 100 rounds. That's more than enough to test, and then go ahead and have a magazine or two ready for self-defense. We have put the optic on though, so we'll see if it's reliable with it no matter what. We can't have stovepipes. We can't have any kind of jams and malfunctions if we have a defensive use gun. So we're going to put the reliability to the test for sure, but during that reliability testing, we're going to put it to double use. Sorry, I can't talk today. And we're going to go ahead and do accuracy testing. We have a red dot on there. We might as well use it. Red dots are really good for checking bullseye type shooting, really. Give us some good accuracy. We did have good results the last time, but we had jams. So that ammo was the CCI Maxi Mag, and that's one of the highly recommended by Walther ammunitions. This is obviously recommended because they sent it out as a rebate. So let's get to testing this stuff. We'll do a few groups. We'll see how it does. Shoot some steel possibly, and just see if we can run mag after mag. If we can get through 50 rounds, I would say it's pretty reliable. So it is a jacketed hollow point. It does have those skives that we were talking about. It's got a nice nickel casing on it. Its advertised muzzle velocity down here is 1,000 feet per second, and that is going out of a 2-inch barrel that they say. So 45 grains, 1,000 feet per second. I mean, it's not a 9mm, it's not a 45, anything like that, but 22 is easy to control. Let's see how it performs. The CV Life Optic is getting a continuous test. We'll bring you our final review on it eventually, but for now there is an extra little test because I did bump this optic. I dropped this gun kind of ish, so if it was going to knock it off a 0, it would have done it definitely with a bump that I gave it, but so far it's done pretty well. Decent little red dot. All right, we're going to get to shooting here in 1 second, but I do just want to point out one thing in our continuing evaluation of the Walther WMP. And this is just a regular WMP, except for it is white. There shouldn't be anything really much different. But I have it loaded up with 1 in the gun already, and then I have the 15 in the mag. So when we do the 15 plus 1 loading, it loads in there, snaps in there just fine. But I did notice that removing the magazine, whether it's the side buttons or whether it's these paddle buttons, they can be, actually the paddle button is probably a little bit easier, but this side release button, very hard with that extra 1 round in there. Let's see what happens if I take 1 out of there. Much easier. Yeah, so I don't know why that side release works or is a lot harder, but the other one, the paddle release by the trigger guard, not so bad. But just so you know that if you do put the +1, you're better off using the little Walther release, because gosh darn, you can barely push that other one at all. Hopefully my hands didn't get in the way. But anyway, we got 15 plus 1 in the gun. Let's go over the chronograph a few times, and we're just going to pop that steel as we check the chronograph. And I guess we're going to figure out our 0 pretty much after bumping that red dot. That is really loud. 1312.1. So that was a 2-inch barrel that they tested out of. Now we have I believe a 5-inch barrel. I'll put it up in the corner of the screen, but 1312.1, that's pretty good. It rung the steel pretty good. Wow, that is some super loud stuff. 1302.9. 1211.3. 1317.4. And I'm taking my time because I am going for groups. 1311.9. Let's go take a look at that steel. All right, aiming right here. I ended up smacking it there a few times, 5 times I think exactly, but pretty good for now. The red dot's good enough for accuracy testing. I'm going to go get another set of ears inside. I'm going to get the foamies, and then we're going to go ahead and shoot for accuracy on paper. All right, we're loaded back up. We're about 21 feet off that target. I'm going to be going for the top left circle over there, and I'm just going to take nice controlled shots and see how we do. I'm not sure if that's exactly where my dot was when I pulled the trigger, so we might have a small change of point of aim, point of impact. That one seemed to be right where it was. Very nice. Let's go take a look. Overall, decent first group. Let's see if we can get better. So far, she's running. That's really good. I'm going to stay at the same distance for now. All right, let's take a look. Another good group. All right, so that one right up there, that was my worst shot, and that's the one that I felt the worst about when I pulled the trigger. The rest of them are right there pretty much where they need to be. It's not super precision, but we're talking about defensive ammo. I'm going to back up a little bit, and let's go for that one. All right, we're about 30 feet off of it now. You can see where we were standing, where those buckets were. Let's see if anything changes. All right, there is one right up there that I think is pretty high. Let's see what the rest of them look like. All right, we changed our point of aim, point of impact just a little bit as an overall average, but that is the red dot and the 0 that we've chosen for it. And I basically chose the 0 to try to get in here on the target, so like a 21-foot 0, not perfect. I did have one go high. That could have been me. It could have been the ammo, could have been the gun, who knows? But let's blame it on me because the rest of them settled in pretty good, especially those 3. So I think we're doing pretty good with accuracy. Let's just go ahead and put a few on steel. Let's continue the reliability test. It's good to see accuracy and reliability so far because I think we've choked up on every other ammo by now. All right, I have 15 rounds loaded up 2 times. That's going to be the rest of the box. I guess we should just do a classic burn down and see if it can run. So let me turn up my dot just a little bit so I can see it. And yeah, I'm just going to shoot and probably have a really sloppy reload because I want to do it with retention in between. And let's see if it can get through 30 rounds without choking and a lockback twice. I can't even find my red dot. I suck with a red dot so bad. All right, we got one. Pretty sloppy. I really don't like that slide release. All right, let's go take a look. We got slide lockback. That's 50 rounds in a row. Yay. All right, definitely what I will call acceptable for my not so great shooting with a red dot. I wasn't exactly employing great shooting skills, but we kept them all where they needed to be. I only came out of that yellow box a few times, so very controllable, just a little bit bouncier than a 22 long rifle with that red dot. With this gun, it was able to be controlled because it's a big frame gun though, so keep that in mind. It's not like your normal small frame 22 Magnum. So we have reliability through this platform. We have good enough accuracy, controllability, stuff like that. I'd say so far it's a winner. Stay tuned for the gel test. That'll tell us what the projectile actually does. Well, I'm really glad that we found one that is compatible with this gun. We're going to be testing other ammos, so stay tuned for that. There's other ammos in the recommended list. I'm curious to see what will run and what won't. And I'm probably definitely not done with that ammo. Anytime you're going to possibly load something up for defense, don't just trust one box or one magazine, anything like that. Keep going with it a little bit. Thank you for watching this testing. Let us know in the comments what you think. Hope to see you at the next round of testing. And until then, stay safe, have fun, and keep shooting.